origins of Omega Cellars, Dad had a restaurant in Milpitas called Omega. And when he first came up here, he had a friend that has property. They came up looking for lamb for Easter of all things. Crazy Greeks, gotta go figure, right? So, invested in our first property. He ended up gutting the entire vineyard, planted new Chardonnay, and we've been growing Chardonnay on that piece ever since. But he carried over the business name from the restaurant Omega to Omega Vineyards, and then when we had our restaurant here in town, we had a private label made just for the restaurant called Omega Cellars. So when we started seeing our neighbors having difficulty getting grape contracts to sell their fruit, we started bouncing the idea around amongst ourselves, Dad, Jim, myself, what's going to happen just in case, you know, we are presented with a problem of having to sell our grapes and we don't have a home for them. So the idea started with a boutique-sized winery, but it actually metamorphosized into a much larger operation because we got turned on to the whole concept of custom crush work, where we do the service for other people, but the benefit in that is we have been able to learn the craft and bring our wines, maturing them as far as the other people's work that we're doing at the same time, and also kind of leveling off the costs associated with the actual production for our product and their stuff as well. So that's kind of how we went from a boutique size to, you can't see it on the camera now, but pretty large size operation out in the warehouse, which we'll take a look at later. So we started off with Merlot, Cab, Chardonnay, of course. We did a red blend, which is a Merlot-based wine. And we also did a Sauvignon Blanc to start off with. So the wines were well received from the very get-go, so really exciting. First time out of the box, you're winning awards, wines starting to sell a little bit. So it's always been a growing process from day one. Jim has now come on board with Tim Chapralis, and they're handling the outside sales for our new brand, which is going to hand me a bottle. This is our new brand, and can you hand me an old bottle, please? Yeah, on the bottom. Okay. So we started with a paper label, did a straight varietal program, but what we've done with this current go, the Omega Cellars brand, is we've gone with more of a proprietary blend across the board on everything. And what that's allowed us to do is make and showcase what we grow to make a really nice wine instead of trying to pigeonhole, if you would, like say you want to make a Syrah. Instead of trying to define the style of wine to fit a certain name, we're defining the wine to showcase what we're actually good at. So that's kind of what we're doing now. And, you know, it's total family. Like I said, Jim and Tim handle the outside sales. I handle the winemaking. Dad helps me here in the winery. And we have one worker, Antonio. So that, I mean, that's the entire team. So it's a grassroots development. It's really exciting. The wines are being well received. We've got the new tasting room, and things are moving forward from there.